to hell! Oh my god, no way, yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Nethercast. I'm here with Smackattack86.
Howdy, howdy.
How do you feel about the current scape of 2B2T?
Well, honestly, in terms of the news stuff, I am sort of indifferent. I've never been much of a PvPer, so for me, it's like the E-Crystal stuff. I'm actually probably, unfortunately, and I really hate to say this, but I'm going to be happy about it. It's going to be great. It's like I'm going to walk through spawn, and I'm not just going to get blown up. Like, I'm going to be able to sort of get to where I need to go, but with the totems, and the gapples, I'm definitely a little salty about. I mean, I think we're all going to be salty about that.
I mean, personally, I think the whole change with, like, gapples and, like, all the totems being reduced a little bit is kind of weird. I mean, granted, I don't think totems hasn't really changed, but I really do think not being able to stack apples is kind of annoying, to be honest.
Well, wait, is it that you can't stack them, or that they all just got reverted?
They all got reverted to 1, and I think you could only stack it up to like a single stack.
Ah, shit, and that's only like 16 for apples, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I'll miss that. I mean, I'm glad that I've got all these watermelon farms going now, because honestly, I don't know, it was like on a whim. I was like, oh, yeah, fuck it. You know, it'll be food for people who, you know, can't get gaps, which was about to be me. I was about to run out of gaps, so it all, you know, sort of leveled out.
I kind of feel bad for a lot of people's stashes, because, like,
yeah,
a lot of their stashes are just completely ruined now.
That is, fuck. And I know people who are, dude, I know some people who are going to be upset. I should talk to them. I should reach out to them.
You should probably warn them.
Joey, dude, you okay, Joey?
You might want to check your 50,000 stashes.
Dude, I'm sorry. We're not going to be able to build, like, giant fucking 100 feet trans bees now. I'm so sorry, man. No, you know what? Actually, okay, so that is the cool thing. So, like, honestly, the people doing the cool shit are going to be unaffected. So there's going to be more trans bees, because it's like they're not taking out the blocks. They're just taking out, you know, the gear. So really the people who we need to kind of pat on the back right now are like, I don't know, fuck, who's a real hype beast? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't want to, like, name a miner or something like that, because then I'm, like, being mean to children, and that's not. I could check on the Dark Emperor, but as far as I'm concerned, he's, like, sitting in a wooden shack at the edge of, like,
wooden shack,
100-acre woods or something like that. He has, like, Winnie the Pooh's entrails on his table. I don't know. He went on a bear hunt.
I didn't know 2B2T players actually go out into the woods. It's a crazy concept.
I like the woods. That's, honestly, man, a lot of what I liked about 2B2T as a kid anyways, especially with, you know, exploring, finding the bases, stuff like that. Even just really fucking around spawn back when, you know, the grass was sort of greenish, like, 1,000 out. One of the nice things about that is then you kind of end up liking, I don't know, walking around the woods, nature, stuff like that. That's always been a huge motivation for me on here anyways. So
I mean, I've always been kind of like a woodsy person. I know when I was younger, I was like super into like camping and going out with my family, but I haven't really done that in a very long while. I miss like making like hot dogs over like a campfire.
Oh, I've done that before. Done that on the beach. That's a nice one.
You gotta roast your glizzies.
Dude, fuck. Well, yeah, no, you have to, or if you burn them, then that's also like, takes on this kind of like wafer texture then, and that's a no-show.
That's also very true. How do you feel about 2B like finally updating to like modern versions? I think it's been like 7 years since like the last update. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I kind of can't believe it. It's been about, let's see here, well, 1.12, when did that come out? That came out back in
2017, 2016?
Like 2017. It'd have to be 2017, I think. because by 2018 already, yeah, it'd have to be 2017. Sort of the end of 2017 maybe, but still, like, you know, it's nearing on 7 years, so I say it's kind of about time. I mean, I'd sort of keep playing even if it stayed on 1.12, but it's now we have sort of new things to check out gameplay wise. So.
Dude, there's like so many things to do now. You have like the aquatic update. You got the new village and pillage update. I can't forget about the bees.
Nether update, dude. I free cammed below like my base, and it's all fucking deep slate. What the fuck? There's just this whole other dude. Spawn is about to get. I was talking about this earlier. Spawn's gonna get really fucked up now, because what's gonna happen is people will be struggling a lot more with like trying to get around vertically than horizontally at a certain point. I remember even when the obsidian ceiling was like totally encompassing everything, that was annoying enough. Like if you spawned on top of there, you could be stuck. Like you might find an ender chest, but you might actually have to walk around a little bit. And so now you think, well, there can be like 3 of those stacked onto each other now, and
that's kind of terrifying.
dude, it's gonna be a nightmare to get out of spawn. And
dude, you know the bedrock layer on at spawn where like everybody PvPs? I can only just imagine like that being filled up with like deep slate.
Yeah. That's so weird, and like you wouldn't even be able to crystal PvP there anymore, even if you could. I mean, it's kinda, the bedrock's gone. You can put the crystals on the bedrock, you can put the crystals on the obsidian, and you can put obsidian there, but crystals are gone, so yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying is like people who PvP. I mean, I don't think the PvP scene's even really per se dead now, because of like you got anchors, so you got spawn anchors.
What are spawn anchors? I keep hearing that word, but
it's like some new thing in the 1.16 update. If you put too much glowstone into it, it blows you up. But if you put enough, it's pretty much like a respawn point in the Nether.
Oh, Jamie, pull up spawn anchors. Let's respawn anchors. Okay, let's see here. Whoa, fuck. Oh, so that's what these guys are. Okay, so it's like the purple cauldron thingy.
Yeah, it's like pretty much like the new E-crystal. I think it does more damage too. I'm not too sure on that.
What is it? So if you place it like, oh, and if you place it in the overworld, it blows up, huh?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's kind of like when you put lava in the Nether, it like flows more than it is in the overworld.
You can stack these too.
You can stack them? What the fuck?
You can stack them up to 64, right up to 64, man. You make them with crying obsidian and glowstone, so it's easier to make than an end crystal.
Jesus.
The advantage is now we're not going to get fucked up in the Nether, and that's kind of good enough for me.
Oh yeah, no. Since like as I'm recording this right now, like the update dropped today, so a lot of stuff is like being rolled out, and I'm pretty sure the PvP scene right now as we speak is kind of like a skeleton.
It's a skeleton, but I mean, like, alright, so I checked out Meteor for the first time earlier, because now I have to use all these 1.19 clients basically, and it already has a module for, you know, these respawn anchors. So there's already like sort of a system meant for PvPing with them.
Well, I know, that's what I was talking about. Like, spawn anchors are like I think they're a lot more deadlier than E-crystals now.
Yeah, shit.
Granted, I'm not a PvPer. I don't really know
me
much
neither.
about PvP. I kind of just build.
I mean, honestly, they might be like less lag intensive than E-crystals. That's like the one silver lining.
Dude, imagine like all the possibilities with like griefing with them.
Oh fuck. Well, you can stack them like TNT. Just put them on any block, right?
Yeah, you could put them on any block. You just load them up with glowstone, and then when you overload it, it goes boom boom.
So wait, so can you explode it in the Nether though? That's the question.
Yeah, yes you can. If you overload it too much, it explodes in the Nether. It's the same way in the overworld.
Okay. Wow, so it's Huh. Shit. Well, we've got ourselves a motherfucker then. I guess I don't know. I think it's cooler than like Crystal PvP though. At the end of the day.
Oh yeah, like since I've joined in like 2020 and I've seen like the PvP scene kind of evolve a little bit. It'll kind of change it. I know that a lot of PvPers are like very toxic. They don't really give a shit who you are. They kind of just blow you up on the highway.
I think one thing is I think what a lot of people are upset about is the underlying principle of what this decision means. It means that it's not, it's like there is sort of like an admin, and he does temper with the server a lot. He kind of it's sort of in a non-vanilla kind of way, like he's directly influencing things that are going on here.
Dude, I was looking at the changes on the 2B2T website, and like the name tags when you're on like a hack client were supposed to be disabled. That was what I was mostly upset about. Like, I don't ever use crystals at all, so I could give two fucks about that.
Name tags is kind of a nightmare.
But like name tags in general, like I'm kind of shocked that got removed, because it's like, dude,
so wait, so we're not going to be able to see, like,
say you have like a full like set of like god set armor. You know how in like any client they have like that thing that's over people's heads?
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be disabled.
How is he gonna do that though?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you would have to rewrite like the fucking jar of like Minecraft just to do that, or even like code it.
Maybe he is. I wonder if like he's getting. No, I mean I'm not gonna get conspiratorial here, but like I don't know.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, of course, but it's like, I mean, even when people talk about like, it's like the house is coke thing. It's so fucking old at this point. It's like, yeah, we get it. The general implication is that, well, it's not necessarily literally coke. It's supposed to be a representation of something stupid that he's using all of our money to buy. I get that. But it's, it's like, I don't know what the fuck house does. Like, we don't even really know how rich he is or anything. Maybe he kind of makes enough money off the server to like...
Dude, he makes bank.
Yeah, but like, that depends also where does he live, right? Because if he just lives in a place that's also expensive as fuck, then it's like, alright, he makes bank. And unless he makes enough to like comfortably live there, but one thing I'll say is like, if he's... we don't really know where he's from. If he's Eastern European, he's lucky as fuck.
Well, I know for sure there's been like another owner, because like,
well,
the rebranding and like there's literally rules now. You can't be like harassing people in like 2B chat now.
It doesn't necessarily mean there's a new owner. What it could mean is that there's some kind of oversight, by another entity essentially that we were, that wasn't there before.
Oh yeah, that too.
I mean, that's sort of like, that's the most plausible explanation to me, because he is doing all these things now, which are like, sort of almost just literally like the values of the company itself to a degree, and it's like, why the fuck is he doing that? Like, when has he ever cared about that? When has he ever cared about like fairness and balancing the fucking map out? Like, why the fuck? Who? Like that's my thing, is it's like I could care less about these stupid fucking things getting nerfed, but like, kind of why? And there almost sort of needs to be like a good reason for it, because other than that, then it's just like, oh great, well, Housemaster's hijacked by Microsoft and he's fucking shut this. Well, at some point he's gonna like be like, oh, sorry guys, I'm just gonna disable chat now. And I'm gonna world edit out the fucking like I don't care. It's just sort of like he's gonna do all these things which are, you know, advertiser friendly, essentially. I mean, that's the way to say it, because otherwise it's like you know, you can
I'm gonna
hack
world
it from a
edit your
couple
voco
angles.
signs out of the way.
Actually something. Okay, that's something that I was talking about with Oreo earlier. Like he's actually, it's to the point where he is concerned that Voco is gonna making a new logo right now. We're gonna use his logo.
Well, yeah, I personally would 100% agree with that, because like
I guess so. I mean,
you don't want a group that's like associated with, you know, that kind of stuff.
I know this sounds so weird, dude, but like I've literally never associated the Voco symbol boys like associated with, like, it looks more like a ninja star to me or something like that.
Ninja
Like
star.
I just think at a certain, it just fuck. Well, you know, we weren't as kind of pre-obsessed with this kind of shit as we are now, you know, for one reason or another.
Well, like, bro, it's like nowadays everybody's so PC.
Well, everyone's PC, but it's like everyone is like on both sides is just freaked the fuck out. Like that's why I said advertiser friendly earlier, because either I could say like that my next course of action would either to be like, oh, it's woke, which seemed to take on like any kind of connotation. Basically, it doesn't just mean like authoritarianism in the name of like social equality or, you know, social like political correctness, right? Or I could say like it's, you know, that's the argument. So I don't really want to give it that. I want to be like, I want to say it for what it is. Like they're doing it because somebody needs to make money off of it, and you can't make money off of it if there's stuff in there which is like it's why you know, it's why they wouldn't let you curse on the radio back in the day. It's kind of
actually that's something I wanted to bring up. What's the deal with Vocoin?
okay. So I've been, let's see here. We're at the point where we have a system now where if you join, you will be automatically marked as an initiate, but you're not actually like in the group. It's sort of almost just like a public role. But what you can do is you can use the bot to you know, collect Vocoin, whatnot, do stuff to earn Vocoin, and then you can use that to like create a base, if that makes sense. Like you'll be given your own channel which you can customize with it, and you don't have to be in the group, and so you're basically just like making kind of a public base essentially, which you can advertise to everyone in Voco. It'll probably get fucked up pretty soon, I imagine, you know. I mean, it's like a public base basically, but at the same time it's like there's no e-crystals now, you know. So this might actually be like the thing. It's let's see here. What else do we have going? That's just our main
how
thing.
does one collect Vocoin?
Right. Shit. No. We do have a system. Where you can not only you can collect it daily, but you can also like kind of do jobs and stuff like that and get it. Like if you know, even if you're just in the server daily or whatnot, you can get it. I think if you maybe share the link, you get some Vocoin. Just a number of stuff, and I'm gonna be dropping the Voco Discord link into the server in a little bit. I'm just gonna be spamming it in chat, I guess.
I don't
know.
I'll include it into the description.
No. I mean, if you want, but you know, we're not officially endorsed by Voco or anything.
Voco is not a sponsor.
No, they're not affiliated. Yeah, I mean, no, we're just talking about the goings on the server.
Well, like, I know that I'm a member, but like, I know there was one time during 2020 that I joined Voco, and it was like the same system kind of where like they had Vocoin, and like if you put signs around spawn, you'd earn like 200 or so.
Yeah, see, that's like the kind of stuff that that you can do. I think we have things, but the problem is like I'm also not the one who's programming the bot. Essentially, we can. That's Gast. Gast is baby Gast. He's like fucking smart. He knows his stuff.
Science.
And I was really excited like for us to kind of work together on that, and you know, and I was like, yeah, sure, please take the old Voco, take Dima's old Voco Discord, just like.
Are you going to is there like any plans for like an actual like official leader, or is it just like a council and that's it?
No, we have Dima running it. He's he's like, I think especially now, like depending on he's upset right now, of course, because his crystals are gone, his totems are gone, his gaps are gone. But I'm trying to explain to him the big picture here, because
stop focusing on that meaningless shit.
Exactly, like this is an entirely like
you have
it's not
brand
over,
new
it's just
content.
getting started. Yeah, it's just getting started. This is like a fucking
like, dog, you have spawn anchors, you got tridents, you got new armor, you got crossbows, you got new villagers.
Yeah, this is amazing. Like there's some strange dodgy shit going on right now with Housemaster, don't get me wrong, but this is great. Yeah.
I'm excited to make conduits. I don't know if you remember conduits at all.
I know about conduits. Those are the things that you breathe underwater, right?
Oh yeah, it is. I bet you there's gonna be so many fucking like exploits and shit.
Yeah, probably. I mean, well, okay, conduits don't have any. You can't do shit with them in Redstone, right?
No, not at all.
Okay. Something that often passes like the test of time for exploits is like, okay, can Redstone make it do a thing? And if it does, then usually there's like it can, because it has this inherent ability to like trace something, pick up on something. I think well, it's not like he's cut down on the baritone bots or anything, has he?
No, I don't think he has.
Something that I've always thought about doing is like, what if you had a bot that could just sort of sat there and act as like a sensor, a camera, so if another player came around, it would announce it. It would be like, oh look, there's
Dude, that actually reminds me of an idea I had like a while ago, where I would make a bot, and essentially it was like a vending machine.
Oh, like, what do you mean? Oh, like he gave you items in return for like.
Like you.
Oh,
give,
okay. So you're
yeah,
sort of like
you give him like gold nuggets or something, and he gives you like a, I don't know, like a helmet that's like iron or like diamond.
Well, that reminds me of like chest shops on like a lot of the townie servers and stuff like that. Like you'd put a sign on the chest, and basically you could right click it if you had, item or currency. You could sort of do the same thing. It'd be a fun concept.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you would have to find this bot in the middle of like nowhere, like absolutely nowhere, and you're like low on food, and you give him like 10 gold nuggets for like a couple stacks of steak or something.
Well, gold nuggets are, and that's going to be like a real means of currency now because of the Nether update. Now all the zombie pigmen are, and I'm excited to go into the Nether and see this for myself. But now they're all going to be like fucking piglins, which bums me out, because zombie pigmen were literally like one of my favorite mobs, as a kid. So
dude, they
should
have just integrated with like pigmen. Like you remember how Notch originally had villagers as like pigmen?
Oh yeah.
You should have just ran
Yeah,
with that
no.
idea.
They can't do that now. It's like, oh, man, they could have. I mean, they could. That's the thing. It's like they could totally go in that direction, but they're trying to sort of almost make Minecraft like more generic in a kind of way. Like,
Dude, I
there's sort
miss
of,
like old Minecraft though.
yeah, fuck. I mean, I can't consider 1.12.2 old Minecraft, but next time my friends do like a beta server or something like that, I gotta invite you. I mean, actually, I'm pretty sure like there might still be one up, but we'll talk about that later. That's
There might be one.
betas. No, dude, there might be. That's sort of what I play on when I don't play on 2v2t. I'll play on like smaller servers, stuff like that. So
Did you know that to this day there's like alpha servers or beta servers still up to this day from like the classic days?
oh crap, so like basically people who are still running the servers even from then.
No, like
Still on.
like those servers are still up for like from those days.
Oh.
They're abandoned.
Yeah, I believe that. I don't know how you'd find them. That's the problem.
Like that. The reason why I bring that up is because I saw a video a bit ago, and they were talking about how a lot of older like servers from like alpha beta days are still up, and some of them are just straight up abandoned, and they're just
That's
sitting
creepy.
there. They're just sitting there.
If there'd be a way to like find what the IPs are, that'd be cool to like check them out to tour them, you know?
Dude, I would honestly spend hours, just hours, on like old versions just staring at stuff.
I fuck with that, yeah. Be like playing Minecraft Pocket Edition all over again.
Oh sh.
I don't know, it's the first version I played on. Oh,
Oops. Shit.
You can hear that noise just now. That's just me drinking from this incredibly loud hydro flask.
You have
I don't know,
hydro flask?
Yeah, dude, I stole it from the Lost and Found at my gym. It makes a really weird noise whenever I drink. Yeah, exactly. That shit's like. So yeah, so that's that seems to be what's kind of on deck right now. I wonder, the only thing I wonder is like why didn't he just go straight to 1.20? I mean, unless it's 1.20 is just kind of a mess, it's unstable or something like that. That's a possibility, you know.
I mean, my theory about it is a lot of older, or not older, newer versions are, like right now, 1.20, for example, it's kind of still unstable.
Okay, yeah, that's figured.
And from what I've seen, 1.19.4 is like super stable. I know when House was doing his 1.18 tests, I was actually kind of impressed because like there was like maybe a couple hundred people on, and
I remember.
What were we saying?
Oh no, go on. Sorry.
I was just saying I remember like it not being so laggy. It was kind of like I think 15 TPS.
I just remember even back in 1.14, like 1.14, everyone thought the server was going to update then. They were like, it's not going to be 1.13, it'll be 1.14 though. And actually, they thought that later on, like past when 1.14 came out. But they thought it was going to go to 1.14 because apparently it was very stable. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's the
I don't
thing.
know.
A lot of like newer versions are either like super unstable, to the point where you have to like basically skip over like 5 versions just to have a stable build.
Yeah, basically. Wonder. Oh Christ! Imagine then we're stuck on 1.19.4 for
Another
like a
10
decade.
years.
Yeah.
5 years
fuck.
later, you guys get stacked apples.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what do you think about the strike Discord? Like, I get out, I walk out of the gym, right? I get on the bus. The fucking thing is like 18 members. I get home, like 15, 20 minutes later, 218.
That's like
Maybe
almost
45.
like the entire community.
Everyone is sort of, yeah, and there were some names in there. Like, it wasn't just like new friends or something like that. There was like, you know, there were people there.
There's Joey, you got Bartolome.
Joey's in there right now? Bartolome?
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, dude, who's in there right now? Let me pull up, see who's in there.
I think Bezos also in there.
Oh,
Orson.
golly.
Basically,
Wow, they're in the same... Oh, Herm is in there.
the entire 2T community is there.
Oh, it's all like the hype shit in there right now, though. It's... Oh, 35 in audience. Okay, who's in the audience? That's a whole other... It doesn't say. Damn. Okay.
Damn.
Can't pull up a player list, but... Wow, it's just like... Alright, I'm excited to see that become like a hype beast thing, because clearly they're not really in it to redeem the server in any kind of fucking way, but that's, you know...
From the way it looked at first, with like, oh, what we want as players is what we should do, or what you should do to fix the server. And like the moment I like stepped foot into the Discord, I was like, this isn't like a server that promotes like people wanting things to change. Like, what the fuck is this?
No, it's an excuse to party, and I commend that, by the way. Like, it's great if people are coming together like this, and I might even, I don't know, maybe I'll hop on later and see, like, the fuck's going on in there, but I don't know, that's just sort of exactly what it is, though. It's like, it's a party. It's, you know, a bunch of people getting together. Probably not my cup of tea. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
cool.
we also gotta keep into consideration that 2B2T hasn't updated over like what 7 years.
Yeah, you're right. Like, maybe it's like they literally started by being angry, and then they've all kind of calmed down. They're like, oh, okay, so this anger we're feeling is more just like raw emotion from the fact that maybe most of these people have never seen the server update. You know, it's funny.
Well, that's what I mean, is like you have to also put that in consideration, because like everybody got so mad when E-crystals got removed. I think totems stayed because it's a vanilla item. Gapples are still around. I think you can only like have a stack in your inventory. But like
Stacked once.
But like that's the thing, like people are more concerned about changes rather than the bigger picture than it is, you know?
Yeah, this is the thing. So they're just gonna be sort of very reactionary to it, and
that's also another thing, like the 2B community thrives off of like drama. And like talking about whatever's going on. So it kind of gave him an excuse to be like, oh, POW sucks.
I'm excited for like someone said something earlier in chat where they were like, I forget who it was, but they were like, dude, some kid is gonna like leak House's docs now. It'll happen. I don't wish doxing upon anyone. Actually, I don't care that much. I've been doxed. It doesn't fucking matter that much, but
for myself,
it would be funny. It would be
that.
funny if you got doxed. Yeah, but I mean, it would be funny if like somebody doxed House. I mean, you know, it would probably suck for him.
I know,
or maybe not.
I
Or
know
maybe
a while back his name got leaked or something, and like his PayPal.
Didn't they find out he was like Swedish or something like that?
Yeah.
I know I said Eastern European earlier, but I think he's more like Scandinavian. Yeah.
Pretty
Lucky
much.
fuck. Dude, being well off in Scandinavia. Shit.
That's a rarity.
That's a rarity, yeah. That's something to be proud of. You're just like, oh god, I mean,
Bro doesn't have to pay taxes because they're considered donations.
oh right. Yeah, I wonder, and there's probably all sorts of like, I'd imagine there seems to be some tax havens in some areas in these countries, so
Well, I mean, like, you got
I don't know,
Switzerland,
like,
that's like a
Switzerland's-
tax haven.
yeah, Swiss. Dude, I tried to look up the Swiss Alps on YouTube, and I literally couldn't find any actual information about them. It was all just fucking tourist shit. Insane. Like, oh Christ.
There's no,
I
like,
just wanted to learn about
actual,
the
like,
Swiss Alps.
there's no actual, like, videos on, like, Swiss people or, like, Swiss culture or anything. It's like the autonomous zone of, like, YouTube.
Dude, they're like the Jamaica of Europe. I hate to say it.
No videos allowed in Switzerland.
They're just like, hey guys, come drink pina coladas here or some shit. Well, they have other kinds of alcohol in Switzerland. I mean, they're literally also known for alcohol there.
Oh yeah, that's true. I also may be wrong about this. So, you can't record people in public. I think you might get arrested.
So, okay. I hate to say this, but I know a thing or two about this. In this country, unless you're referring to Switzerland.
I'm talking about Switzerland.
Oh, okay, shit, my bad.
Because, like,
yeah, that would
I saw a
be
video
amazing.
a while back, years ago, where some guy was just trying to get, like, a hotel room. And he was recording, like, the whole fucking thing. And I think he ended up getting arrested.
That's good. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there just now.
Oh, I was just saying, like, there was some guy who was recording his whole experience, like, trying to get a hotel room. And he ended up getting, like, arrested for, like, recording in public or something.
Jesus Christ.
Because
Huh.
it's like,
Well-
dude, what?
I mean, I don't know. That doesn't sound too bad. I'd imagine there's like they have to have some kind of scenario where one can like legally record others, but it just has to obviously be like either it's at a business or it's like I don't know,
Well, that's the
some
thing.
kind of consent, right?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I that's why I said I might be wrong. So.
I can believe that though. They have good laws in some areas. Like with I learned recently that they are that they've created one type of charger for their electronics. I think it's like the C type. It's the kind that that everyone uses now. But all of the devices have to be in compliance with that. They all have to share this one charger.
In the EU, they made Apple make the newer phones that they make use USB-C.
I've seen that. It's so weird. I have like the SE, the 2022 SE. Yeah, the 2022 SE, and it still has
Dude, my
the Thunderbolt.
girlfriend has the
but-
same phone.
Yeah. Really? Shit.
Yeah, but I think it's red.
Oh, you know what? I got a friend who has a red one as well.
I think the red ones.
cool.
I think the red ones support like HIV or something for like a charity. I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I just have the black
Project
one.
Red.
Huh. Is HIV the red color? I thought that was like green or something for some reason.
I don't look up STDs on a daily basis.
Well, okay, this is funny. HIV has two entirely different connotations depending on which part of the world you're in. Because in South Africa, what happens is that like some of the people there just live in such shit conditions that they get HIV because like they, I don't know, step on a needle kind of thing. Jesus. Or it's like in their blood as well, like it's like hereditary there.
Basically Seattle.
Well, so something funny that happened was in the South African version of Sesame Street or something like that, they created a Muppet that was HIV positive. This is back in like the 90s or something like that. And like there was a huge shitstorm about that in America, of course, because in America, right, how do you get HIV? Well, usually you bugger another fugger in the ugger, right? So that's what happens here. But
rest in peace to my man Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, fuck. Rest in peace. I don't know who do I want to make fun of right now. Jared Kushner. Oh, sure. Okay. Eazy-E. I haven't heard. Huh. Well, okay.
He's a rapper from like NWA. He's really good. He died from like I think HIV or AIDS or just something.
But yeah, it's weird. I don't know many people.
Bro, I don't understand like how just STDs in general was like super duper like prevalent back in those days in like the 90s. Like, bro, what the fuck?
There is a theory that like the CIA released AIDS. I don't know about that, but
yeah, I don't know about that.
It's possible. It's like the FBI released crack, so maybe the CIA released AIDS.
Crack.
Kind of. They were like introducing shittier cocaine. Like we're gonna turn it into fucking rocks.
Didn't they like introduce that during like World War II or something? Oh no, I'm thinking about meth.
Well, originally, yeah. So both meth and cocaine were originally developed as like pharmaceuticals. You know, they were like, "Hey, you got a headache? Rub coke on your teeth." Like it's
rub coke on your teeth.
Yeah, people used to do that. They would rub coke on their teeth. And meth was like I think meth was like a diet pill originally, or something like that.
You know, it shocks me that people still to this day take like opioids for like broken limbs.
Yeah, no, it's fucking weird. I am hoping that like the next group of people who are too young to be fucked up by opioids see this and they're like, oh, I get it. We can't just fuck around with pills, because this is not something that, you know, like most people seem to have understood at some point, because I look around and it's like, oh my fucking god, you know, this is something that people have fallen into, not of their own accord, right? It's not their fault, but it's crazy that, you know, there just wasn't a lot of awareness about it.
Bro, I remember a couple years ago, before I started playing 2B2T, I broke my leg because I was moving my mom's stuff into her new house that she bought. And I broke my like the right side of my right foot. I shattered it against like this really hard pallet, which sounds really fucking pathetic. And
well, nah,
I went to the fucking hospital and they gave me just straight up morphine.
Oh yeah, you know what? Okay, this is great. So they one of my old sort of housemates. He had like a little fucking manic episode, right? And so they this happens a lot. So they took him to the psych ward, and they gave him ketamine.
Ketamine?
They gave him ketamine, my guy. It was like that was his first time doing it as well.
That's
like,
crazy.
Dude, he was like, dude, bro.
Mr. Krabs on ketamine.
Yeah, I told him, get fucking bust me out some of that shit. That's the only. How else are you gonna find ketamine without it being sold by someone who just like, I don't know, sells coke to 5-year-olds basically?
Jesus Christ.
It's what it's been pigeonholed into. It's like it's either, you know, it's like this very like kind of schizophrenic drug in that it's either like a medical grade, you know, like therapeutic substance, or it's like something that some dude who's with like fucking bead like nipple rings and you know, just like boofing fucking like mescaline and MDMA and shit. It's like, dude, wanna pet some kitties, bro? Fucking like, it's not even K. It's like some other shit.
Probably a stereotypical question.
Okay.
How were the early days of 2B22?
Oh fuck. Well, you could. I said it earlier. You could step 100, like 1K out of spawn, something like that. You were good. You know, grass. I remember there used to be like guardian farms at spawn. You know, just fucking monoliths of prismarine shit like that. You know, really, but really what honestly was changed it was that it wasn't like this kind of massive, like sort of almost content farm like it is now. Like there were no podcasts about 2B2T, right? There's no, you know, Judge Holden made a comic.
See,
but
that,
it wasn't
that
like,
to me is unique. Like people making comics about a server with like a bunch of characters and faces and culture. It's genuine. That's actually really unique and a really good idea.
I thought about trying to maybe do some kind of comic for the server or something some points, you know.
Dude, you should like release like a page or like a chapter, or not even that, like a volume, like I don't know, maybe every other month or something. You know,
When I was like, I want to say 12 or 13, somebody gave me like a sort of a, what's the word, an anthology of like different comics from 2016, and they were all like sort of like award-winning stuff. So it's always like the same kind of few artists or whatnot, like the sort of post like stoner funk comic artists, essentially. Kind of like raw, like cigarette at Denny's at 2 a.m. kind of like, yeah, shit, man, kind of stuff. Like, you know, really fucking raw, deep fried shit, but good, you know. And there was like this one sort of full page comic strip where a bunch of people were like talking to each other, sort of like set as if it were like a Where's Waldo thing with all these different people in different parts of the house. And then there was like a raccoon who was walking out the door, and he was like, "But to those three fuckers, I will not apologize." That's the only comic. That's like the only line of dialogue I remember in that entire picture. But I don't know. I feel like I was
point on like comics existing about certain characters or like certain groups on the server, because like there have been like there's been tons of history, like tons. And you could like make like a whole book out of it, pretty much.
I used to do like faction for the server. Yeah, I don't know. It's true. It's like you could write like sort of historical dramas. Basically, you could do comedic shit. I'd probably go for something more on the lighthearted side, you know, if I was to...
The way
sort of draw.
I would do
it would be
though,
cool, but it would be like sort of, you know, funny, maybe in a slightly edgy kind of way, but I don't know.
honestly, the way I would do it is I'd start out very light on like lighthearted stuff, and then I would like kind of transition into like a dark saga or like arc, and I would just go on with that.
Huh, okay, so you'd want to do like something kind of more long term. I'd sort of like, I literally like go as sort of far as just to simply like illustrate dialogue on a Discord server or something like that, you know?
Like a fanfic.
No, dude, if I go on to pre-June, I can actually probably find just like shitloads of content. Like fucking frickin' talking about animals shitting in his mouth, like, dude, Jesus Christ, it gets good over there. Like, yeah, I miss when Demon Elite was there. He would like post pictures of like a coyote's asshole, that kind of thing, and talk about wanting to fuck it, you know? Like,
What the fuck?
dude, that's a taste of like the old server right there, you know? It's a good thing, and I could definitely write a comic or two about that, you know. Funny
Welcome
stuff
to
going on
the
post-June.
rawest podcast on 2B2T.
Yeah, well, it's all right, dude. You're kind of supposed to be a ram, so it's like it's all good. You're a ram. It's Ram Ranch.
Ram Ranch.
Oudrail podcast. Check it out. The Oudrail experience.